So, Akesh, tell us a little bit about ProPlate. I know it's a software that a program that helps a lot of finishers to get their business in order. Tell us a little bit about ProPlate, all that it does for the shops.
ProPlate is an ERP software. Actually, it's a
Mhm.
more of a manufacturing execution system. So not just it's a simple job shop software, but working with other productivity areas of metal finishing, such as load sizes, chemical analysis, data analysis, talking to the PLC control, and how the overall data is affecting your efficiency and product quality. ProPlate
Mm.
encompasses a lot of that together, along with your planning and capacity and other things.
Right, right. Yeah. It's really, like I said, a lot of shops have kind of been slow to kind of move to some, automating. They still do a lot of paper and things like that. And really, this is like I said, a platform that really helps them, become more digital. And like I said, to also really be able to mine some of the data that they're going to get back from that. Correct?
Absolutely, yeah. Our aim is not to just eliminate or reduce the paperwork, but also, taking the guesswork away from the running the business.
Right, right. Yeah, I know you work with some larger shops, some medium-sized shops, and everything. So tell us about, what type of shop would this use for? I mean, I assume it is scalable to really any type of shop and operation that's out there.
Absolutely. ProPlate is, we like to call it a level playing field for everybody, right? So
Mhm.
the way it's set up is if you are a small shop, you may not have to use everything that ProPlate has to offer. And similarly, if you are a large shop, you can use it to the full extent. So it depends on your need, your size, and really how far you want to take ProPlate to help you. It's totally up to you.
Right, right. Yeah, I know you and your team. You all have a lot of experience in the metal finishing and the finishing industry in general. I mean, which really helps, I think, when you go in to integrate this in, you kind of what these people are doing, right? How everything works and what their goal is with that, which I think is a big asset uh, for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the way our team is, right? So we are a combination of two, and we bring a best of both worlds because one side of our team partner, we have 35 plus years of metal finishing experience, and on other
Mm.
side, we are also a technology company who does software systems engineering, government and commercial sector, including cybersecurity and cloud technology. So that kind of from a technology perspective and the industry perspective, I think we offer best of both worlds.
Right, right, right. Everybody seems to be in some way, shape, or form, integrated into, using software. So this really wouldn't be foreign to a lot of people who are in the shops, even either people on the floor or people in the main office or anything like that. It looks like it's pretty easy to use to a certain extent, but very powerful that it can, that the data it provides. So.
Yeah, absolutely. We do collect a lot of data. And
Mm.
similarly, we are also very modular. When I say modular means uh, it allows us to customize our software to meet a lot of other people's needs. So
Right.
any type of shop you have, operation you have, I think very easy to customize for the needs.
Right, right. I know your background's in engineering, which, like I said, when you talk about surface finishing, it's an engineering industry. It seems like, you're working with that. And how's that background been able to help you to better understand what these shops are doing, and also to give them insight and advice on what they should be doing and how they run their operations as well.
That's a great question. So let me take it back a little bit, right?
Sure.
While after graduating from Purdue, when I was doing my master's, I was
Hmm.
working as a quality engineer, process
Hmm.
quality engineer in an automotive firm. So that being said, learning it, all the automotive practices, the standards and other things, kind of was my initial foundation of my career, right? Before I moved on to doing other things. And our other partner, who is 35 plus years, he has only been doing metal finishing work, right?
Mm.
Surface finishing work. So when we got together, my engineering experience in the past, his surface finishing and experience, and today's my expertise on technology, kind of brought everything together and then kind of mix created the ProPlate.
Mm, gotcha. Yeah. Like you said, some people some people who don't have software that are running a very sophisticated ERP programs may just think it's for tracking parts or doing these type of things. But really, like you mentioned, there's a lot of components involved in this that can really fill a lot of needs. And I always say things that they don't even know that they need, right? That you could introduce them to become more efficient with that.
Absolutely. And if you see nowadays, data is the biggest commodity. The data is just not your records at this point. Data is your intelligence. Data is your right point at this point, and data is your advisor at this point. So having all that information is just tremendously nowadays. I can't imagine somebody running uh,
Mhm.
smooth operation without using the data and the analytics it provides.
Right, right. And so what kind of questions do you get when people call you about getting this into their shops? What is it that they're really looking to do? Really, how are they looking to improve their operations? And they're asking you for help. What are some of the questions that they have and needs that they do have?
Um, so I'll take a simple approach first, right? A lot of time people are just looking for a different software. The software they have
Mhm.
either is not providing them the right tools or they have grown out of that software. So they're looking to get to the next level, right? So that's one set of customer we see. Second set of customer we see is they start want to modernizing their operation, right? They want to reduce the paperwork. They want to start being more automated, start getting more tracking, traceability of their job, and how they can do more capacity planning of their own plant. I think that's when the second phase of it comes. And then we have a third set of customers, which are very few nowadays, and I'm surprised in today's era we have very few of those. That being taking the data and using that collected data back into their operation, day-to-day operation, how to make it better, how to take the shop to the next level, and how to increase that productivity and profitability. I think that's the third set of customers we see now.
Right, right. Yeah, definitely. And a lot of this information, a lot of this the ERPs, some of it is being driven by their customers, right? Who sort of want them to become more automated and more that they can track data, track information a lot closer. And some shops that aren't keeping up with that are probably going to lose out on getting a lot of customers if they don't have an ERP system like that in place.
Right. No, absolutely. I mean, when you just talk about your traceability or connectivity nowadays, right?
Mm,
So, what we have done is we have taken that traditional approach of scanning and other things away. Yes, we can still use scanner with our system. However, reducing paperwork is the huge thing because everything
mm,
is a living document within our system as the job progresses through your plant, right? And
mm,
also quickly allows your customer to know where it is. Take an
mm,
example of Amazon shopping experience. The moment you place an order, they ship something. They said, "Okay, your your product is coming your way." Kind of brings a smile on your face if you think, "Oh yeah, my stuff is coming tomorrow," right? Just like that. So as soon as the item is shipped out of your plant, it sends an email to your customer. So that's a great situational awareness you can have, not just for yourself, knowing that your customer is also notified at the same time. So that's just a small thing, but there are a lot of features that ProPlate offers that helps you with that.
Right. Yeah. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to shops and I've asked them what's the secret to success of what you're doing? And they'll say to me, well, it's communication. It's communication inside our facility, communicating with our customers, clients. And to be able to automate that, I
Mhm.
think is just a crucial way to do it. Right. You don't want to add workload to people, right? You want to kind of
Yes,
take it away if you can. But that communication, what it does is, I think, is a tremendous benefit that maybe some shops don't realize what it does for them.
absolutely. I mean, along with the communication, right, it brings a lot of accountability. I'll give you an example. One of our very successful customer, because we offer this chemical analysis module in our ProPlate, we also offer that how the airport style scheduling you have, you can put
Mhm.
that on a secondary screen of all your upcoming chemical analysis or your recent chemical analysis on a 55-inch screen right in on the production floor, right? So
Mhm.
everybody kind of walks by there, they know, oh, there's an analysis coming. Oh, this analysis was green. That means that we are still running in green, right? If something is in red, somebody pays attention right away. And somebody may say that, hey, we don't want our customer to see we are in red,
Mhm.
yellow. But your customer would be very happy knowing that these guys are taking ownership of their operation. These guys are
Right.
putting it in front of a bunch of people and giving quality the first priority. I think that's very valuable in that case.
Right, right. Something you just said there is that it really lets the valuable people they have on their team on the floor and everything not worry about tracking and all this other stuff. They can really worry about focusing on throughput,
Mhm.
getting parts through, checking quality, making sure it's going really of reducing the manpower that's needed to do a lot of those things that they probably are spending lots of hours doing, and to be able to free them up and have the people that they've got either they're paying hourly or whatever to really just focus on the parts, getting the throughput, and
Mhm.
getting the quality is huge, I believe, with that.
Yeah, absolutely. If you see our motto is to take the guesswork away, right? Because system will
Right.
catch. If something goes wrong, system will catch for you. There are a tremendous amount of validations are put in a place. So along with that, we call it the caution and advisories, right? So if we see
Mm,
something or software sees something out of norm, it will caution the user. So they know that, okay, it's already there. If you see an out of control situation, it will send an email out to the required stakeholders, right? So that brings a lot of awareness, not just to the operators on the shop floor, but the leadership perspective, your engineers, your supervisors, they would already be notified.
right, right. Yeah, like I said, got to be a very comforting thing to know that somebody there's an extra set of eyes looking at things and
Yeah.
can really notify them wherever they're at with that. One thing I was going to ask you is that I know a lot of shop owners that I've talked to over the years have said, they're a little apprehensive about bringing in either a new software,
Mhm.
learning it. But like I said, with you all's background, your team having a lot of experience, like I said, 3 decades or more, and finishing, and then your engineering background. I think it really makes things go a little smoother and quicker than people would anticipate of getting something like this integrated into their shop, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you think of migrating to a new software, right? So there are three main aspects. One is what do we do with an existing or historical data, right? So that's one
Mm,
thing. Second thing is what kind of IT infrastructure I'm going to need. And the third thing is how is it going to be with my people, right? It's a different software, different method of using it. So I think we kind of take care of all three in a very methodical manner. So we work with
mm,
the data owners at the company and we make sure we bring the right great software engineer, systems engineer who can do that. The second
right.
is IT infrastructure. We are software does not require IT infrastructure. As long as you have your computer, your tablet, or even your mobile phone, I think that's all it needs because we are cloud-based. That's the big thing.
Mm,
And the third thing
mm,
is as far as training. Our software is role-based, so does our training. So we offer multiple group training to our clients. So their commission workers get a different set of software training. Their admin people get different set of software training, and the leadership gets different set of software training. So everyone gets what they need, and it kind of brings everything together.
right. Right. Yeah. I'm sure you've got a lot of stories of, putting systems in and really, getting great feedback from the owners and the managers of, things that they didn't realize that they were going to get out of it so quickly, the benefits very quickly. Because, I guess the minute it starts running, it's going to start creating information and data that they can use and improve on.
Yeah, absolutely. Right from the start, you start noticing a difference as the system starts collecting the data. I think it brings tremendous value, um, knowing what your real-time sales number is, what your quality information is, right? And how committed you are shipping your customer deliverables, right? So I think all that information is right there in on the dashboard, right? So that brings
Mm.
tremendous amount of value to our users.